you really need time for creative work. It's not just brilliant ideas, it's time. It's actually time. And if you're sitting at work all day and you have to travel 2 hours each end, what do you feel like doing when you get home? Sitting in front of the television. Yeah. I benefited hugely from a social system that was trying to be more egalitarian. What happened with Reagan and Thatcher?
The construction of welfare state.
Yeah, the thing was taken apart because the idea of society was too socialistic for them. The idea that you constructed something by making a healthy society, they didn't believe. They believed you constructed things by making wealthy individuals who then would carry everything along with them. Well, 40 years later, it turns out that that doesn't work, that experiment. It might work in some areas, you know. I think what you really need is a mixed strategy. Some areas clearly should be private. Like there's no reason why the art world shouldn't be private. If people want to sell their paintings and other people want to buy them, there's no reason why that I can think of that you would want the state to monitor that process or to control it in any way. On the other hand, if people want to set up education systems or health services, then I think there's every reason why you should try to do that on a national or regional basis, just to make sure that you get some kind of equality built into the system. Because unless you try to make sure of that, it won't arise spontaneously. Spontaneously, what will arise is that the rich will get the best part of the system and the poor won't get it. It's quite natural that that would happen. So with Reagan and Thatcher and their allegiance to that horrible Ayn Rand, who I think was one of the most toxic philosophers of the 20th century, who infected the whole of Silicon Valley with this idea that the future belonged to brilliant, preferably autistic men, highly focused, clever individuals who seemed to have no concept of social consequences, and who thought that utopia was a technological condition and could be reached technologically. I know a lot of those people, and they're not stupid and they're not cruel. They're very clever, a lot of them. But they're idealistic. They're utopians. They're techno-utopians. They've abandoned the idea that society is worth working with. Like Margaret Thatcher said, there's no such thing as society, she said. She said, there are only individuals and families. Well, if you believe that, that's a whole social system in that one sentence, you know. And that's how we've been in England and America for the last 40 years or so. And it collapsed in 2008. It collapsed and we paid billions of dollars to patch it up so it would keep running for a bit longer. But the problem was that the inequalities that neoliberalism caused are absolutely built into the system now. Do you want me to talk about all this?
Yeah.
How long am I going to be here?